Hi, this is Karl, and I have a very special announcement. It's been 7 years, but I have once again updated the famous 68-point checklist. So, why do I say it's famous? Well, it kind of is. If you Google 68-point checklist, you're going to find one checklist that's related to a car, and you're going to find about 80 million pages relevant to my 68-point checklist. The latest version, version 4.0, is brand new for 2024, and it's a massive revision. So if you're new to the checklist, let me just back up a bit and talk about that. The 68-point checklist was something I created way back originally in 2005 to help consultants begin documenting networks. Like, what are the things you need to know? If you go into a prospect and you know nothing about them, where do you start? How do you help them? How do you help get your arms around their technology? Well, back then, you needed to know, do they have a server? And what is it like? Like, what's the operating system? And is it patched? Is it fixed? Is it updated? Are they, back in the day, serving their own website? Do they have email in-house? Well, the world has come a long way since then. And you might still need to know those things, but they're no longer a major part of the checklist. They're a very minor part of the checklist. It's much more likely that you need to know, where is their email hosted? If they're using Office 365, where is it licensed and who manages that, right? So forth and so on. There's lots of new technology, plus we have tools that didn't exist before. They might actually have their documentation in a tool somewhere. Where is that? Is it managed? Is it something that the client or the prospect has access to? Note, for the first time, I'm leaving up the old checklist, version 3, because version 3 is a much simpler version of the checklist. There's only like 2 things on it that are out of date, but version 4 is much beefier. I probably could have called it the 168-point checklist, but you know, I get to number these things, so I get to decide what's what. Anyway, version 3 is something that is for a very basic network analysis. Version 4 is a little more up to date, it's much more cloud aware, and it goes into a lot more detail. So you may need to pare it down and maybe create something between the two of them. That's totally up to you. You'll find it on our store at smallbizthoughts.com, and you're free to download it. There's no charge for it. You just don't even need a credit card. You just say, I want that, put it in your cart, and when you go to checkout, it's free. Again, if you're new, you're just starting out, this is a great place to start. It's a great sales tool. It's a great network analysis tool. It's a great way to begin laying out the things that you should put into a report for a client on how their network is doing. Is it being backed up? Do you have enough bandwidth? These are things you need to look at. And if you just take the questions on the checklist and turn them into titles for chapters, you could write a very long report based on this. Again, right-size it for your business. Now, here's a few things that you can do with the 68-point checklist. The number one thing is documentation. This is a great start for documentation. When you go into a client or a prospect for the first time and they don't know anything about their network and you don't know anything about their network, and maybe they aren't talking to their old IT service provider, or maybe you are being interviewed to replace them, where do you start? Well, this is a place to start. This is literally a bunch of questions that you can ask them and information that you can find out by examining their network and walking around their office. Second, it's a great sales tool. This is a great place to start in talking to a client about their network and about what's missing, what's being done right, what's being done wrong. And if nothing else, you can begin to show them the documentation that we just discussed and begin to show them that life could be a lot better if their systems are managed properly. When you begin by asking pointed questions about the network, it demonstrates that you understand their technology better than they do. And obviously, that's got to be the case, but sometimes technicians go in and they don't act like they know what they're doing. They walk in and say, where is this? What can I do? How can I help? What do you need from me? It's much better to say, do you have a working backup? Where is your data stored? Is all of your data in one place, or do I have to go fishing around your office and all of the clouds in the universe in order to find it? When you go in with an idea of what their network should look like, it will demonstrate to them that you are a professional, that you're experienced, and that you know what you're doing. So documentation is good. It's a great sales tool. It's also, number 3, a great network analysis or network auditing tool. Whether you have clients who are on break fix that might want to go to managed services, or whether you're talking to a prospect for the first time, one of the best ways to start that conversation is to offer a network analysis. This might be something that you do for free as a sales tool or something that you charge for. You may even charge for it and then say, but we'll credit that amount to your bill if you sign a contract. The network analysis is something where you look at the general health of their systems. What technology do they have? Is it old? Is it new? What's the variety of operating systems on their desktops and laptops? Are those old or new? How do they move data around? Where is their data stored, right? So forth and so on. It's a great way to just sort of get your arms around their network, and that way you can use it to quote them a project to get their network into shape, to fix things up the way it should be, so that you can move forward with an ongoing contract. Finally, this is a pretty good start to a quarterly business review, or as I like to call them, roadmap. If you are going to engage somebody on a long-term project, then really you should look at this questionnaire and say, all right, what we expect is quarter after quarter after quarter, everything's going to be more organized, everything's going to be better documented, everything's going to be looking more like it should. The equipment is going to be newer, the equipment's going to be under warranty, the software is going to be newer, the operating systems are going to be newer, right? Over time, the more you have an ongoing relationship with this client, the better their network should be, and that will be reflected in the 68-point checklist or the reports that you write from it. As usual, I'm giving you a document that you can copy and paste and edit as you see fit. This is not the definitive network documentation in the history of the world. This is a place to start with your clients, your prospects, your products and services, and the way that you go to market to manage your business. It's a great tool. Take it, use it where you see fit, delete the things that are not relevant, add in things where you might have a specialty that I don't do a deep dive into. It's a place to start. It's a tool you can use. I don't charge anything for it. I do put you on my mailing list, but if you're watching this, chances are pretty good you're on my mailing list anyway. My newsletter goes out every Monday to about 10,000 managed service providers. If you're not on it, you should be. And you know what? If you don't find it useful, every single newsletter has an unsubscribe button that really works, because my mailing list is managed at Constant Contact, and I can't add you back onto it if you've removed yourself. So please go to store.smallbizthoughts.com, check out the version 4 of the 68-point checklist, and download it today. And of course, send me any questions or comments you have. I love your feedback. And if there's something major that I missed, let me know. We'll put it into version 5. For Small Biz Thoughts, this is Karl wishing you the best of luck in everything you do.